There we go. Let's see if we can see us. We can see us. Let's get some music on here. TikTok. Can you hear that?
Yes.
And looks like we are streaming everywhere. So let's do this.
All right.
Dance with me. Look who's back. It's Marianne. The purple lavender lady. Dragons are in the other room. Happy birthday. Oh, dragons. By the way, it's Wear Something Gaudy Day. So I'm matching the background with yellow and I like it. Well, that's Mary's holiday today. She asked me to dress for it. We're alive. Let's see if we can just lower that music. Thank you to the Suno Orchestra. I have to tell everybody I updated my Mac OS about a week ago, and everything has changed. The Apple Music interface has changed, and where you change the audio on your computer keyboard audio, it's at the top instead of the bottom. So if you're doing any updates, happy birthday to you.
Be prepared.
How have you been, Mary?
I'm doing great. How are you? I
I'm
love this theme today.
Thank you. So listen, everybody, shame on anybody who doesn't know Mary Ann Nunnally, Nunaley. She's been on the show so many times. She's been on my Two Saucy Dame show. She's been on my techno. The only show you haven't been on is the Creativity Show, right, Mary? The
I've
Monday
not
night
been on
show.
creativity and I've not been on cool dudes.
Well, Saucy Dames is the sister of Cool Dude, but your son Amadeus was on Cool Dudes
That is
last week,
true.
right? So
That
there you
is
go. So
right.
by guilt with association,
That's
all that
right.
good stuff. So tell everybody, remind everybody. I mentioned lavender, I mentioned purple, I mentioned dragon. You showed a dragon. Just briefly, tell everybody what you do, and then we'll get started. So go ahead.
Sure. So I'm the co-founder of the Lavender Dragon team, and we build e-learning training for organizations, and we also assist with AI problems. So that's
There you
us in a nutshell.
And wait a minute. How did you pick the name Lavender Dragon? I see you in a beautiful purple top there, and I think I chose the purple for Happy Birthday in your honor when I designed the background. So, well,
Well,
maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but it sounds good. How
that's
did
right.
you
That's right.
pick the name for people who are in business or start entrepreneurs, designers, authors who have to pick a name for something? How did you pick Lavender Dragon? Because I love it. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, short story. So my favorite color is purple,
Okay.
and I have had dragons as kind of my spirit animal since I've been a child, and my son and I are a team. But when we were founding the company and doing our research, we found that purple dragon was not something we wanted our company to be associated with, due to some potentially illegal drugs related with that name. So we switched to lavender because that's kind of totally cool. So very long name for an email address,
This is
but
breaking news. So there's I'm wearing, and I chose the lavender flower, not the yellow, but that's because of
uh
Gaudy Day, But I chose the lavender for this, and I wasn't even thinking about that. But you're always in my thoughts when I wear this on this
I
show. So
appreciate that. So yeah, so Lavender Dragon Team. So here we are in
thank you
seven,
very
eight, nine
much.
years in business. It's
N-
been a long
n-
time.
Naming is interesting, isn't it? And
It
we
really
we
is.
have to forgive some of our parents. I'm happy they picked Bonnie, and my middle initial originally is E for Ellen. Nobody knows that Bonnie Ellen,
Oh, very
and I
cool.
I hated Ellen because I didn't like Ellen, who was in my class in third grade, and she was too short, and she was ahead of me in line because she was short. I just didn't like. I don't know whether she's still around, but anyway. So yeah, so Bonnie D. Anyway, we'll leave that one alone. So let me go get started here with my opening, and let's do this. It's time to cheer, to toast, to woo.
Woo.
It's October 17th. What? Where is the year going? Happy birthday to you and you and you. Mine was on the 7th, so it's 10 days ago with Bonnie D on her Scarlet mic. I'm doing third person now, dishing glam and sass with the vintage spike. We'll ignore the word vintage. And look who's here with a velvet roar, a lavender velvet roar. It's Mary N., my guest co-host du jour. I'm so happy to have you back. We're naming names in the birthday game, from Hollywood Heights to YouTube fame, plus wacky holidays and music history gold. Every time I raise my hand, Zoom moves me over to the other side of the screen. We'll put the hand down then. Wacky holidays and music history gold. Get ready, darlings. The fun is set to unfold. So grab your party hat. You have a party hat, Mary? Oh, I think the headset is the party hat.
Headset is my party hat.
Okay, and,
Yes.
and you know what? I have a beret in here somewhere. That's
I
that's my
like that.
party hat. There you
Yes.
go. Grab your party hat and let the champagne pour. It's only 10:59 in the morning. We'll have champagne later. HB2U is lighting up October 17th with glam, bam, and more. I'm the glam, Mary's the bam, and we're both the more. So let's get started. We're going to do music history events first. On this day in 1964, Manfred Mann's version of Do I Diddy Diddy. Remember that one? Dum Diddy
Yes.
Do. Written by Jeff Barry and Ellie Greenwich, who are famous songwriters, hit #1 in the US for 2 weeks. But it was first recorded in 1963, the year before, by the female group The Exciters. I think I remember them and some other songs they did. They only got to number 78, but this one, Manfred Mann's, made it to #1. So much about naming and I don't know, cloud and reputation. Mary, it's interesting. Some versions go higher than others. So you have the next
Yeah.
one. Go ahead.
So next one, 1967, the musical Hair, a celebration of hippie culture, debuts at the New York Shakespearean Festival, comes to Broadway in 1968 and to the big screen in 1979. And I remember singing a song from Hair in 1970 in a school talent show.
Wait a minute, what song was it?
Um, it was actually Hair and also the Air song, Welcome Sulfur Dioxide.
Okay, I don't remember that one, but I saw the musical on Broadway.
Oh, wow.
And I saw it when I was about 8 months pregnant with my first child.
Wow.
And we went to a famous restaurant in New York. I think my husband and I went with my parents, and we had balcony seats and we could see everything. And the baby was kicking. I don't know why I
Oh my
went.
gosh.
And we went to a famous restaurant on Broadway, and I had something that was, I think, waffles. It was something. It was a famous restaurant. I can't remember what it was. And I had something like waffles that had a sugar coating on them. And the next day I had to go to the doctor for my
Oh
OB
goodness.
checkup and my sugar spiked and they said, "Oh my God, you're having,"
What are
and
you
all kinds of
doing?
testing. And so did I. Said, "Damn those waffles," but they sure were good. I'm going to go on and get me out of trouble here. And I've raised my hand and I keep switching sides on the screen, but that's fun too. In 1978, Neil Diamond and Barbra Streisand recorded "You Don't Bring Me Flowers Anymore." If they sang like this, nobody would bring them flowers. The Superstar session was produced by Bob Gaudio. And guess what? He kept a full orchestra standing by in the lobby. I don't know whether he used it on the song, but I guess he did that as part of his professional services. So,
Wow.
I know, I know. Mary?
1987, You Win Again by the Bee Gees hits #1 in the UK, making the first group with UK chart toppers in three different decades, 60s, 70s, and 80s.
I should have put in all the other songs that topped the chart. Do you remember "You Win Again" by the Bee Gees? I don't know that song.
I was not really a Bee Gees fan.
Oh, I was. I loved the Saturday Night
Yeah,
Fever.
I still am a metalhead.
Okay, well, that's good. We like to have variety on the show. Talking about variety, 2 years later in 1989, on this date, October 17th, Billy Joel released the album Stormfront. I don't know anything about the album, but I'll tell you, one of the biggest songs ever made. He ever made a hit that was played everywhere at bar mitzvahs and weddings and communions and graduations and retirement parties. We didn't start the fire. What a song. What
It
an
was a great
anthem.
album.
Was it? Okay, see?
I'm also a big Billy Joel fan.
That's why you're here, because you know the album and I know the song. Okay, you're next.
2000, at a charity auction organized by Mick Fleetwood in London, George Michael pays 1.5 million pounds to buy the upright piano on which John Lennon wrote the 1971 hit Imagine. And George Michael, that was such a loss when he passed.
Yeah, yeah. He was a very interesting, very talented, and very interesting guy. I wonder who inherited the $1.5 million upright piano. Because I'll
Oh,
tell you, I have my mother's old, wonderful baby grand that I grew up taking classical lessons on, and I've carted it every time I move. And I won't tell you how much it's like a quarter of the truck, and it's special movers, and I have to pay somebody extra to take it apart and an extra service to put it back together, put the legs back on. And nobody wants old pianos today, Mary. Nobody. You can't give it away. You can't give
wow.
it away to a church or a school. Nobody wants old
Well,
pianos. So
that one, since it was Lennon's, is probably in a museum somewhere.
I know, but everybody should know that my mom Ruth played this one and has beautiful
Uh-huh.
carved legs, and it should, somebody
I've
should
seen
want.
it, yes.
You have, that's right. And let's go to 2002. The International Bluegrass Music Awards honored Down from the Mountain as the album of the year. Why was it important? Because it was a Grammy award-winning soundtrack from the Coen Brothers movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And it featured artists on the soundtrack. Alison Krauss, Oh My, Gillian Welch, Emmylou Harris, John Hartford, Ralph Stanley of the Stanley Brothers, and Dan Tominski, who sang lead on the Soggy Bottom Boys' Man of Constant Sorrow for the movie, won Male Vocalist of the Year. So I don't know most of these people. I know Alison Krauss and Emmylou Harris, but apparently it was a big deal to win that award. Mary, why don't
That's
you finish up this
awesome.
segment for us?
So let's wrap it up. In 2007, a section of Detroit's West Grand Boulevard, Motown Records' original home, is renamed Berry Gordy Jr. Boulevard after the Motown founder.
Wow. Should I do an applause track? Let's see if we can find it here.
Sure.
And if I could get the volume up, we'll be able to hear it here. No, no,
There
no.
we
We just
go.
want the applause track. And now it's starting another show. You know what? They did such. There we go. Applause track. God bless you. Okay, thank you. There we go. We got a respectful. Now we have a cup two. I'll do the first and Mary do the second. Celebrities in memoriam. You may recognize these names. Michael McKean. Wait, you know
Wait,
what?
I
We're
thought
not
this
in in
was
memoriam
birthdays.
yet. I'm
No.
sorry, these are live. Michael McKean is alive in 70. I was reading ahead. I'm so sorry. Let's take that back. It's time for celebrity birthdays, and we have two people who are still alive. I had trouble finding people who I knew their names, Mary, in the celebrity list who were born today. There were maybe 100, and I didn't recognize any of the names. I looked
Well,
them
if
up.
it's
So
if it's any help, I don't recognize either of these two. So
oh, all right. Well, I'll do one. You'll do the other. Michael McKean. You know Michael McKean, actor, comedian, scream. I'm sorry, Michael. I know you're alive. Happy birthday. Composer, singer, musician. He started as, Laverne and Shirley. He played Lenny Kozlowski on Laverne and Shirley from 76 to 83. He had hit roles in the movie This is Spinal Tap. I'm sure you saw him in that, Mary. Best in Show,
I just don't know
Clue.
who he is. I'm
Lanes.
familiar
Well,
with the
look him
movies.
up. Lenny and Squiggy were the two male protagonists, companions to Laverne and Shirley, and Lenny was just as crazy as Squiggy was. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and Coneheads. He plays Chuck McGill in the AMC series Better Call Saul, which a lot of people saw, and he played Sergeant Shadwell in Amazon's Bad Omens. He co-wrote the song "A Kiss at the End of the Rainbow." Sounds very romantic for a comedian. For the 2003 film A Mighty Wind, and received a Grammy for Best Song Written for Emotional Picture, Television, or Other Visual Media. Their awards, Mary, how can you fit that on the award? It's like 12 words. And he was an SNL cast member, and he became known for his impressions of Bill Clinton. But what
Ah.
I didn't know is he's married to the famous, talented actress Annette O'Toole. And she's well known for playing Clark Kent's mother on the series Smallville. So happy 78th birthday, Michael McKean. Many long years to you. I'm glad Mary caught me on that. I'm sorry, Mary, who's the other one who's having a
So the
birthday?
other one is Felicity Jones, who is 43, an English actress in television, film, and theater. Her films include Brideshead Revisited, 2008, Cemetery Junction, 2009, and Rogue One, a Star Wars Story, 2016. Her acclaimed performance as Jane Hawking in the 2014 biographical film The Theory of Everything earned several Best Actress nominations. Her other films include The Amazing Spider-Man 2 in
Hmm,
2014, the thrillers True Story in 2015, and Inferno 2016. The fantasy drama A Monster Calls, also in 2016, and the streaming films The Aeronauts in 2019, The Midnight Sky 2020, and The Last Letter from Your Lover 2021.
Mary,
Thinking
a
I haven't seen
movie
a single one of
a movie
those.
a year? How could
Uh-huh.
she do a movie 2016 and then 2019, 2020,
21.
2021? She did a movie in 2014, 2015,
She was
2016,
busy.
29, 2008. Wow, Felicity Jones, 43. You earned the stripes for that age, lady. I can't believe you've done
Definitely.
all that in so few years. And Michael McKean, happy birthday to both of you. All right, now let's go to memoriam. I'm so sorry. Margot Kidder, I'll do this one. She lived from 1948 to 2018, 69, not a bad age, but as my mom would have said, way too young. She's a
Hmm.
Canadian, not my mother, but Margot Kidder is a Canadian American film and television actress and activist. Everybody knows she played Lois Lane next to Christopher Reeve in the original Superman films. This goes back in time. Her other credits include The Amityville Horror from 1979 and Black Christmas. She was also an activist for environmental rights, mental health awareness, and literacy. Happy birthday in absentia and memoriam to Margot Kidder. Mary, you've got a famous one here.
Yeah, well, and Amityville Horror, I know that one.
I knew you
Okay,
would.
so George Wendt, 1948 to 2025, 76 years old. He played Norm Peterson on the TV series Cheers, for which he was nominated 6 times for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. He has amassed over 160 acting credits throughout his career. A little bit of trivia. His introduction to theater was through his work sweeping the floors of the Second City office. He played Fat Sam in the popular 1985 film Fletch, pre-fame. Fletch, bleh. Pre-fame, he was expelled from the University of Notre Dame for a zero point 0.0 GPA in his junior year. I wonder what he was doing.
How can you get a zero GPA? Now, Chicago, that Second City would be Chicago, right? That's
That is
Chicago Second
correct.
City, the
Yes.
improv group. So
Lots of famous people came out of Second
he
City.
was sweeping the floor of the Chicago Second City, and he became quite an actor and a comedian. And I have one more in absentia, and happy birthday in absentia to George Wendt. And now Rita Hayworth. I'm sure most of you have no idea, but I had to put her in here. Margarita Carmen Cancino, American actress, dancer, pinup girl. She was famous in the 1940s as one of the top stars of the golden age of Hollywood. She appeared in 60. What we thought Felicity Jones was busy.
Yeah,
Rita Hayworth appeared in 61 films in 37 years. Do the math, Mary. That's at least almost two
a
films a
year.
year. The press called her the Love Goddess because
Oh,
she was the most glamorous screen idol of the 40s. She was the top pinup girl. Do you think anybody watching the show or listening knows what a pinup girl was, Mary?
they might. I know what it is.
I
I
know
know who
you
she
do.
is.
Okay. For the GIs during World War II. That's when they had pictures of her cut out of magazines and newspapers and they pinned it up on the wall and they said, "Hi, love goddess."
That's right.
That's what it meant. Her paternal grandfather, Antonio Cancino, was a classical Spanish dancer who popularized the bolero,
Mm.
and his dancing school in Madrid was world famous. He taught her first dance lesson. She recalled, from the time I was 3 and a half, as soon as I could stand on my own feet, I was given dance lessons. I didn't like it very much, but I didn't have the courage to tell my father. So I began taking the lessons. Rehearse, rehearse, rehearse. That was my childhood. Before she was 5 years old, she was one of the four Cancino's dancers featured in the Broadway production of the Greenwich Village Follies in the Winter Garden Theater in New York City. And I also read that she was too young to be working in the United States at one point as a dancer. So they went to Tijuana and
Oh, wow.
she was dancing with her grandfather in Tijuana. So happy birthday in absentia. Let's go to social media, and you're starting this one, Mary. Go ahead.
All right. Well, look at some social media stars. Most of these I haven't heard of, but that's okay. It's always good to learn something new. So Simply Nailogical is age 37, has 7 million plus subscribers, plus 2.4 million on Instagram. She is a YouTube content creator and Instagram phenomenon, best known for her nail art tutorials. She obtained her master's degree in sociology with a concentration in criminology. That's kind of cool career switch. She
Isn't
was
that?
doing nail art in high school before nail art tutorials blew up on YouTube. She works as a crime statistics analyst for the Canadian government when not making tutorials. She was an actress when younger, acting in a Furby and Fib Finder commercial, but quit at 13.
Now, I included her not just because happy birthday to Simply Nailogical. I don't have a real name, but, and not only 2.4 million on Instagram is impressive, 7 million subscribers on YouTube is even more, but the fact that she works as a crime
Yes.
statistics analyst for a government organization,
Imagine.
and she acted and she was doing, oh
That
my,
is just really cool. She's somebody I'm good. Even though I don't do nail art, it's somebody I want to look up.
master's in sociology with a concentration that's an interesting, well-rounded person. Happy birthday, Simply Nailogical. And I'm going to go to Instagram. We have the incredible Ziggy, Zigi. He is 31. He has 1.7. He's obviously just starting. Followers, no, I appreciate you. Multiple award-winning Ghanaian dance artist, that's from Ghana, and choreographer who posts dance videos, and he gained fame for creating the Pilolo and the Kupe, Kupe dance steps. And guess who performed them in her music videos? Janet Jackson. So he
That's
must be
pretty cool.
really good. He's the founder and creator of Afrozig Dance Fiesta and the CEO. This is 31 and he's done all this. He's the CEO of the Afrozig Dance Company and the Afrozig Foundation. So Mary's got the Dance Fiesta, the Dance Company, and the Foundation. That's a busy guy. Incredible Ziggy. Happy birthday. You
Thank
earned it. Mary,
All right, so now we're looking at a TikTok star, Holly H. She's 39 years old and has over 15 million subscribers. She's a social media maven who first found a following through her comedic Vine videos. Does anyone remember Vine? Then went on to build a fan base through her lip syncs on the app musical.ly, which later became TikTok. She
Ah,
started uploading to Vine in May 2015. Her videos were looped more than 20 million times within her first year.
Mary, you aged her 10 years. She's 29, not 39. I have to make that correction
Oops,
in
I
case
thought I
she's
said
listening.
29. Sorry
No,
about that.
that's okay. That's okay. Holly H, happy. I don't know what the H stands for. And I have one more with Cindy, two words, with Cindy. She is 31. Now, she only has 550,000 subscribers. Pardon me for saying only, but 71 million plus views. That's why she made the list. She posts, do you say vlogs or vlogs, Mary? How do you say that?
I say vlog.
Vlog. I do too. Somebody I had last week on the show said vlogs. Vlogs and book reviews. She graduated from UC Davis, where she studied design. Interesting. Her first YouTube video was a book review post from 2018 that got 50,000 views.
Wow.
She often posts book recommendations also, in addition to YouTube, on her Instagram account, Read with Cindy, where she has 70,000 followers. So the lesson here that I'm learning from these social media stars, Mary, is that they're on multiple platforms.
Hmm.
They're on Insta. They're doing TikTok. They're on YouTube. They're all over the map and they're getting famous and well known and bringing on subscribers, followers, fans, friends on all of the platforms. And they're just multiplying their reach. I think it takes a lot of time, but I think it's very, very interesting. Are we ready for wacky holidays?
Let's go into the wacky
All
holidays.
right, this one is mine. National Wear Something Gaudy Day. Hello, what's a little gaudy? I couldn't do too much. 1970, Wear Something Gaudy Day is invented by Three's Company character Larry Dallas, played by Richard Klein. He
Oh
proposed the
gosh.
day to celebrate wearing gaudy clothes. And by the way, who played Chrissy Snow? Suzanne Summers. Her birthday was yesterday.
Oh, okay.
She's in memoriam. She's gone, but it was her. Do you know that she published over 25 books?
I did not know
And
that.
did you know that she was underpaid? They were making 150,000 an episode and she was making 30,000 and she sued and the station fired her, canceled her contract and they gave her a payout of 30 grand in arbitration. And she sued
Wow.
for back wages and everybody else including Joyce DeWitt, her co-star, the female co-star, had a favored nations clause in her contract that guaranteed her what John Ritter and the other men were making.
Wow.
That was the backstory. But anyway, Larry Dallas, Richard Klein proposed wearing gaudy clothes. And I think this should have been proposed by Carrie Bradshaw on Sex and the City, because look at what Sarah Jessica Parker wears. But anyway, you got the next one. Go ahead, Mary.
1990s, the Y2K fashion gains popularity. Bright colors, rhinestones, and all the bling are seen on everyone from Destiny's Child to NSYNC.
I knew you'd be able to pronounce NSYNC. Some people might say, I think that's New York City misspelled. Okay, NSYNC. In the 2000s, Crocs. I don't own Crocs. Oh, okay. I don't know. Mary wants. All right. Crocs joined the gaudy trend. Universally hated for how they look, but loved for how comfortable they are. I don't own Crocs. Crocs are brought out in the gaudiest colors ever. I don't have the list of colors. Would you know that list, Mary?
There's a wide range, but what's really cool about Crocs is, if you're not familiar with Crocs, they have holes in them, like on the top. And the thing now is that you get these pins that you put in the holes so that you can decorate your Crocs for whatever theme you want. So you can get Star Wars, you can get like, just fun things like kites and kitty cats, and so it's a whole separate way to kind of do. And they have fur-lined Crocs, and
Wow.
there's a
Wow.
Croc store by me.
The only way I know how to use the word is to tell somebody that's a crock of with
There you
somebody says
go.
something that's unbelievable. And
What's
that has
what's
a
in your crock?
that has a K on it. Yeah, that's a crock. You've got one more for this one. What have you got?
Sure. So Gen Z TikTokers popularized the Y2K aesthetic.
Ooh.
Colorful, low-rise jeans, plastic jewelry, and other fashion elements that catch the eye but don't necessarily go together come back into vogue. Well, gee, I'm in fashion and didn't even know it.
There you go. Should we do the trombone there? If you don't like
I like
Crocs,
that. All
yeah,
right.
yeah, I know. If you don't like Crocs, that's for you. Let's go on to another holiday, and I'm going to let you start this one. What else is
Sure.
today, Mary?
Today is also National Mulligan Day. So this goes back as far as 1793. Mulligan Day is an annual observance on October 17th that celebrates the concept of getting a second chance.
Oh,
Inspired by the golf term for a do-over after a bad shot, it is a day to give yourself or others a do-over in
oh,
any aspect of life.
oh.
1793, a version about the origin of the term mulligan, states that it comes
Mm,
from Thomas Mulligan, a minor Anglo-Irish aristocrat and passionate golfer.
interesting. I'm not a golfer. Are you?
Neither am I.
No, I know. It's interesting, but apparently this is a big deal. In the 1920s, we're moving from 1793 all the way to the 1920s. Somebody named David Bernard Mulligan, a Canadian golfer and one-time manager, what? Of the Waldorf Astoria in New York City? Okay, that I know, would often ask for a second shot off the first tee, and he is supposedly coined the term Mulligan, named after his own last name. That's version two. Who have you got, Mary?
Well, in the
Mhm.
1930s, some golf historians give credit to John A. Buddy Mulligan, a locker room attendant at Essex Fells Country Club in New Jersey. I was going to say community college, but I'm like, that can't be right.
Very good. That was really good of you. In 1940s, we're moving ahead 10 years. The United States Golf Association claimed that the term first used widespread use as, hey, that's a mulligan in the golf game. And you've got one more. Wrap this for me.
Then in July 1985, the journalist Dan McIntosh interviewed David Mulligan for a column around the sports circuit, where David confirmed stories about his additional shots.
And there you go. Anything you want to add? You know anybody with a birthday today, Mary? Or are we all good?
I don't know anybody with a birthday.
Okay. Well, we
This
just
was
learned
fun.
it was fun. We'll do it again. I'll invite you back. Let's go out with some music here. Dance our way out. Thank you, Mary. Always
Thank
fun with you.
you.
Tell your friends we've got a great show called HB2U. I'm open for guest co-host, booking for November and December now.
All
I
right.
think this is show number 55 already.
That's pretty awesome.
Like three a week. Shine, smile, buddy, buddy. That's your buddy. This one's disappearing on the green screen. Thank you to the Suno Orchestra. I appreciate you. And Mary, it's always a pleasure. And tell your son Amadeus I appreciate him being one of my cool dudes.
I
And
will let him know.
let's wave goodbye to social, and we're out.